Hey everyone, what is up? The time has finally arrived. We have reached the finals in our AI-only championship series, our third AI-only championship series, and what a weird one this has been. Our four finalists, what? We got Chandra Gupta, we got Gorgo, we got Gandhi, we have Wilhelmina? Like, where did these guys come from? The fact that we have two Indias is just absolutely, mind-blowing. You can tell how much upset-driven this one has been. And if anyone said they picked these four to actually make it to the finals, no, I'm sorry. I don't think anyone could see this one coming. So, how are the finals going to work? Essentially, we're breaking the finals down to 3 games that are going to be 325 max turn. Most likely, no one's going to be able to go out in 325 turns, but what's going to happen is at the end of every one of these games, we'll stop the timer at 326, and then we will add everyone's score together, and then at that point, after all 3 games, we will add up everyone's score and see where everyone stands. Now, I'll probably keep a running total as the game's going on. I'll have to kind of do some math in my head and stuff like that. The only potential downside with this is I think the last series we did it, Mongolia had pretty much won it after the second game. So there is a chance that, come the third game, there might not be any drama. But, I guess it's kind of like a championship in, any sport, it could be full of drama, it could be whatever. So hopefully we'll get a lot of drama with this. Now, the only downside is I did talk about actually using the mirror map. Unfortunately, you'll see one major issue, and I should have checked this before I ever said it. So it only allows you to do 4 civs. You can't add any extra civ. So, yeah, that's not going to work. And then I also thought about trying the 4-leaf clover, but the map is the same way. We could do the 6-armed snowflake, but the problem with that is there's going to be an extra arm there actually 2 extra arms, and whoever spawns near the extra arms is just going to have a huge advantage. So I think the best option then for us is to roll shuffle then. We'll do a tiny shuffle map, and the shuffle map is going to be completely random. We might get Pangea, we might get Archipelago, we might get islands, we might get 100 different ones, and so I think that's going to be probably the most balanced, because hopefully we'll get a good variety of maps here and we don't get the exact same map. Although I do got to note that if I just load this again, it always keeps the same map in random seed. So you know what, let's just go ahead and start typing in random numbers here, and so hopefully we can get just some completely randomized map. I hadn't seen what that map is anyway. So I think we're ready to go. I don't think there's anything major else that we need to talk about. So we will pop in and we'll be right back with the positions. All right, there is one other thing we need to talk about, and it's the fact that we are using the same mod we used in the last knockout round. So in case you missed all the knockout rounds, we basically were using this one mod the entire way through up until we got to the last round where we went from 6 civs down to 4. And essentially the one mod I had been using was just not working. I couldn't get it to work at all. I'm not sure what happened, but it just would not load the game. So I ended up having to get a different mod. Now, the downside of this new mod is the fact that the game is a little laggy. But the bright side is, unlike the other mod, it actually seems like the civs react more realistically. They actually settle all 3 cities. They don't pull a Teddy and just kind of break and do stupid things. So I decided to run with this new mod just because A, it's the finals and let's get everyone playing their best. But then B, I just didn't really want to have to spend an hour trying to get our other mod working. So just because I didn't have a whole lot of time today. The downside with this mod is I can't actually pause the game and stop it. So we're going to have to be really, really, really good when it comes. I might have to screenshot when we get to the final score and stuff like that. We'll have to figure it out the best way to do that. Let's see. Oh, the other thing is I turned off barbarians because with this new mod, basically barbarians were in the game. And in case you didn't know, barbarians are just absolutely psychotic right now in the game. And it's just they're just going to end up being such a huge nuisance that it's not going to be fun necessarily because everyone's just going to be fighting barbarians most of the time. So it seems as if everyone pretty much, we got 2 continents spawning here. The one thing we have to do every time we load this mod is we got to, actually enable quick combat and quick movements. Okay, so we have Gorgo and we have Chandragupta sharing an island. Gorgo spawned in Tundra. Chandragupta did not, but looks like Gorgo might have a little bit more room, especially when you consider the city-states. Then over here on the west coast, we have the east. island, rather. We have Wilhelmina spawning in the south, and then Gandhi spawning in the north. And my gosh, talk about a Golden Gate Bridge potential there. That would be amazing. That would be an absolutely awesome Golden Gate Bridge. Now, Gandhi does have this other little island down here he can spawn in on. This looks pretty balanced, though. It seems pretty balanced. Chandragupta maybe has the most room because he could go this direction, and he could also settle this direction on Wilhelmina. But, you know, Wilhelmina could also go settle on this island, so it's going to be fairly balanced here. So I hate the popping. That's the one thing about this mod, and I just can't get rid of it. So apologies for that. There's just no way to get rid of it. Also, I don't think... Oh, I can hide the chat panel. No, it pops up every single time when I hide it. Seriously? Ah, there we go. Nope, it pops up every single turn. At least we can see everyone up here. I hate the other thing we can do is we can actually like click on someone, so I can click on Chandragupta and it should show me just his territory, just his vision. Yeah, we can see just his vision and stuff, which is, you know, it's kind of unique. It's kind of unique. Also, it shows relationships if we click on that, but more likely than not, we'll still end up clicking on, whoopsie, not that. We'll end up clicking on the city banner to actually see opinions and stuff like that. The only downside is not being able to pause the game, but our other mod, we couldn't really pause it either. It's just, you know, when I load in, because like I'm only going to be able to do one episode today, I'm going to have to like literally just quit the game and then reload and autosave. So, all right, Gorgo and Chandragupta are basically bordering each other because Gorgo decided to forward settle as much as she can. She is in the tundra, so she's going to have a bit of a hard time popping out as many troops as Chandragupta. Chandragupta is currently at war with Zanzibar. I'm assuming he's trying to conquer it. He does have his Varu up, so Chandragupta is immediately looking like a danger, especially since he has archers and his Varu right now, and Gorgo only has her galleys, so she's in a fairly defensive spot, so it's going to be hard for him to actually take her over, but I don't think she's going to be able to necessarily fight him and take him on either. Wilhelmina's sitting down here with 4 cities. Gandhi's sitting up here with 4 cities. He doesn't have his elephants yet, so he never declares surprise wars, which means he'll probably never end up taking these city-states, right? Interesting. Zanzibar did fall to Chandragupta. This also could be a potential where we see Chandragupta be a little more warmongering and then get punished by the other 3 civs, but with only 3 civs in the game, it's a little less likely he's going to get punished. He's immediately moving towards Sparta, so if Gorgo ends up getting knocked out early, what's going to happen is we're just going to have to, whatever score she has before she got knocked out is going to be her final score that we will add. Will she get knocked out? I don't know. She's popping out catapults right now, which, I mean, catapults are pretty hard to take, and it's going to bump up the garrison defense strength pretty high. Like, 34 is a pretty hard take until the Varu come by. If he could leave the catapult in the city, he's got a pretty decent chance here of maybe holding it. She also ended up pulling out swordsmen now, which are going to be very, very helpful as well. She's popping out the Machu Picchu. I wonder if she's the only one. No, Machu Picchu is also getting built there. Although she is slightly quicker. But if she could pop the Machu Picchu, that would be very helpful because it's going to be a little quicker. Extra production. Now, the question is, there's only 3 religions, so only one person's going to not get a religion, which is kind of hilarious. So thank God we didn't have Congo in this game, because basically everyone would get a religion except Congo every time. It would be kind of hilarious. It would actually be pretty hilarious. These swordsmen are going to be pretty okay. The Varu, though, there's enough Varu, though. As long as she keeps the catapult, I think in the city she's going to be okay. I think she's going to be okay at, like, surviving this attack here. Argos is going to be okay as well because there's just not enough damage on the board here. Enough troops down here. I think he's actually burning his troops down a little quicker than he can afford right now. We'll see. More catapults popping out. These Varu are doing work, though, and the city is completely surrounded. Now, the other thing is that city's just going to flip right back. So, this is going to hurt. It looks like it's going to fall. It's gonna fall. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna fall. We'll see if India is able to chain together any extra attacks or if he's gonna piece out here. Let's see, 5 turns, so he's not gonna be able to hold on to it for super long. And that's probably gonna be more of a hindrance. So Gorgo's in a bad spot, but it's not end of the world for her. It really isn't, because remember, it's like score based, so she just needs to have enough points to keep it close. The fact that she stopped the Machu Picchu, though, is gonna be pretty catastrophic. Now, what happens if she ends up losing Far as well? Yeah, that's when things are going to get rather interesting here, and things are not looking so great for Gorgo. Now, the funny thing is, if anyone can actually deal with the Varu, it would be her and her unique unit. So it's kind of hilarious that she didn't get it. Instead, you can see she's popping out crossbows right now, which are a great way to actually help. Sparta did end up flipping, so that probably is going to end up slowing down his attack. The other thing is now he's having to deal with some Free City swordsmen. So, ironically, this is maybe the best thing for Gorgo, the fact that the city's flipping, because essentially it's just a couple units now that are fighting. She's also popping out crossbows right now, which is going to be very helpful. The other thing to keep in mind is you might, Chandragupta might end up at war here with everyone else, depending on if emergency gets called. Wilhelmina doesn't have a lot of troops. She's just kind of chilling down here. Oh, because she was trying to take Fez. I think she ended up losing most of her troops trying to take Fez. She is getting the walls knocked out, though. And then Gandhi is just kind of expanding over here. So, remember, at this point, it's not that someone gets eliminated. It's going to be overall score. So you want to earn as much score as possible. So right now, it's not really that big of a difference. It's only 100 points, which is very easily flipped. But, you know, these 100 points are going to grow exponentially as the game goes on. Chandragupta is still rolling around with quite a few elephants right now, quite a few Varu. I wonder if they're going to be able to take Mycena. Maybe. Most likely, she's probably getting peace. Now, they're still at war. I would think that there's going to be a peace here before too long. She really needs that crossbow here. If she could get a crossbow, 15 turns, man. If she could get a crossbow, that's going to really help against those Varu. So, First World Congress happened. And Menides, diamonds got no luxury. And then production is cheaper. Yeah, production's cheaper, so the crossbows are popping out 4 turns, but you're going to lose Mycia before. Sparta actually flipped back to Greece. Oh my gosh, that's actually hilarious. Sparta flipped back to Greece. What? And there's a crossbow, and she's about to pop out a second crossbow. So I think, all things considered, she's going to be able to survive here. She's going to be able to survive and have all her towns back. That's kind of hilarious. That is kind of hilarious. Because you're going to flip in 6 turns. There's still quite a few Varu rolling around, but these crossbows, these 4 crossbows right now are going to absolutely wreck. Unless she sits there and just gets meleeed by the Varu. Yeah, as long as those Varu stay back, she's just going to absolutely wreck them. That is hilarious, guys. That is absolutely hilarious. The one thing, though, is not only did Chandragupta take Zanzibar, but he ended up putting 2 other cities over here. So he's got a pretty huge lead still, even despite that. All right, the 3 religions were Greece, India, and India. So Wilhelmina was the one that didn't end up with the religion this game. She did finally take over Fez. She's a little weak sauce, but she does have Gandhi on her border, so it's not like she has to worry about Gandhi declaring war on her. She is, I mean, really, honestly, besides Gorgo, everyone is pretty close right now. And honestly, that's what I'm probably rooting for, is a pretty even kill game where everyone's pretty close to each other up until, you know, the end. All right, that popped up for no reason. Gorgo might be able to take Bandar here. It looks like there's probably peace coming soon. Yeah. Wow, Chandragupta ended up losing everything. Gorgo actually has 3 times the troop count, so she might start pushing. Now, she doesn't have those catapults anymore, so she's not going to be able to take the walls on, but this is what happens, where if the AI ends up declaring a war and then they're not able to take anything, they find themselves in a really bad situation. He does have a bunch of wonders, though. He's got the Machu Picchu, he's got the Temple of Artemis, he's got the Oracle, and he's got 2 more wonders popping out. Oh, he also has the Temple. Sorry, that's not the Wat. Yeah, he's got a bunch of wonders. Probably why he has such a large score right now. Gandhi, that's a commercial hub. I'm trying to see what kind of wonders he's rolling with right now. He's got his unique building, but he's only got the temple, the different temple, and the Apadana, so he doesn't have a lot of wonders. You're building the Chichen and Colossus. I don't think anyone was trying the Colossus. And then that's the Wat? Yeah, that's the Wat Wonder. Okay. It's weird because there's a Wat and then there's a Wat Wonder. So right now, Chandragupta's biggest thing is the Wonders. Yeah, he's got an extra 30 points due to the Wonders. Empire size 170. Wilhelmina has about equal empire size. What are we looking at up here with tech? Chandragupta and Wilhelmina and Gandhi are all pretty much right there. Then culture is between Wilhelmina and Chandragupta. So I think Wilhelmina might be able to charge back. The only thing is Gandhi Chandragupta. This is going to be so hard with 2 Indias. It's just going to be, he has enough wonders that he might be able to stay ahead. I think religion's another thing to kind of keep in mind. Now, whose religion is that? Someone's currently almost winning a religious victory right now. Who is that? That's Gandhi. Interesting. What happens if he wins a religious victory? Do we cut the game right there? I don't know. Huh. I don't think. I've literally never seen the AI do a religious victory, so I'm going to say that I don't think we're going to see that happen, but, you know, maybe. So Hyderabad ended up going over here. That's going to be a bit of a bad situation. Okay, first era happened. We missed it. Chandragupta Wilhelmina got a normal age. Gorgo got a dark age, and then Gandhi got a normal age. Golden age, normal age, dark age, Brian. Come on. But anyways, that Hyderabad might end up flipping here, depending on how this game shakes out. Also, we have this little island here that we'll have to see who ends up going for it. The never-ending war is still occurring, but Gorgo's going to be fine for the time being. Her biggest issue right now is catching up science-wise. She's pretty far behind in tech. I mean, Chandragupta is rolling around with knights, so it is turn 136. We might only get like 2 episodes per game or per round, which would make the final 6 episodes, which, you know, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Kolar actually took damage. I'm assuming that's a river flood. Yeah, he's not at war with anyone else, so that must have been a river flood. We might do a larger map type. The only reason I don't like to do larger map types is because this actually focuses the aggression. Because if they had a bunch of room to settle, they wouldn't really necessarily declare war on each other and fight. So I think I'm okay with this. What is military might add? Gandhi is once again just building up a gigantic force, which, you know, is pretty typical of Gandhi. I would love to see him start nuking people, but, you know, it seems somewhat unlikely. A couple people hate us, which is kind of hilarious. She's getting promotions available. I wonder if that was for... That had to be for her unit, wasn't it? So she's going to be able to hold on to her territory. The biggest thing if you're Gorgo at this point is you just don't want to fall too far behind. Like, being 300 points down is probably still doable. You just don't want to be like 1,000 points behind. That's going to be pretty catastrophic. So, earn double grade points towards general, and then trade routes to Gandhi gain extra gold. So, Gandhi's probably pretty friendly with everyone. No. No. He likes his neighbor and dislikes the 2 that have been fighting since the beginning of time. Or they dislike him. Probably because he doesn't like them. I wonder if we might end up seeing an emergency triggered at some point. It doesn't look like it. And since those flip back to Gorgo, I don't think she can call an emergency. I'm really intrigued to see if Hyderabad will end up flipping here. It's at 26. It's getting plus 20 from citizens. It doesn't look like Gorgo's putting that much pressure. If Gorgo ends up taking Bandar, then maybe. But the thing is, that could be a bad situation too. I mean, she really does need Bandar and Hattusa for the score. The downside is that might trigger an emergency. Ooh, she's building Hue, which would be pretty decent with her. Yeah, that would be pretty decent. Did she ever finish the Kilwa? No, it doesn't look like she's going to either. Anyone else building Hue? No one else really has lake tiles, so kind of successful for her for that situation right there, just because she's going to be the only one that has lake tiles. So there you go. Congratulations. You know, it's kind of like there's a chance that we'll see one of these games with only one person having mountains. And so it's like, well, obviously they're going to be able to get, you know, the Machu Picchu and stuff like that. Let's see. 6 turns on the kill wall. I think Gorgo could still ninja it. No. Someone else built it. And it wasn't Chandragupta. Someone else finished the Kilwa. Interesting. Well, that's one less wonder than for India, so that's going to slow his roll down just a little bit. Who ended up building it? Kilwa? There it is. Oh my god. This is going to be really hard because these turns are so fast to search. Come on. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough time to actually search and find them. Oh, there it is. I mean, the map's not that big, so it's not going to be that hard to find it manually, but still. Searching for anything is going to be really, really difficult. Military might right now. Gandhi is still doubling everyone else's military. So basically, just don't piss off Gandhi. Which, I mean, I think that's kind of like, that should be, I think, everyone's motivation, right? Just don't piss off Gandhi. He'll nuke you. So, what's our score looking at right now? Wilhelmina and Chandragupta are head-to-head. Gandhi's not too far behind, and Gorgo is tailing by more and more each day. She is going to finish most likely the Hue, which is good for her. How can she come back? I mean, there's still some locations. She needs to throw some settlers down. And then the other thing is, remember, we have this other island down here that no one's in. We got another era. Let's see. Normal ages across the board. That's a little unfortunate. Gorgo never built her unique unit. I don't know if she ever built her unique unit. She might have gone straight to crossbows and then straight to pikemen. I don't think she ever built it. Wilhelmina gets extra population but less growth, and great admirals don't earn points. So that's only going to come into play if she gets a dark age, but I think she'll be okay. The question is whether or not Wilhelmina is going to go declare on someone, and it doesn't look like it. Gandhi's trying to settle down here, but that's just going to immediately flip. Are there any even locations? There are, but yeah, those would definitely flip right now. Could Wilhelmina take Gandhi? He's rolling with musketmen and cav. She has cuirassiers and musketmen's too. I don't think so. She does have field cannons. I don't think she'd be able to take a city. She would definitely be able to probably survive a war. I don't think she'd be able to win a war, though. So Varan Sai is going to end up flipping over to Gandhi, which is probably, once again, also good to keep Chandragupta maybe a little in line with everyone else. What's his wonder score right now? 150. I wonder if he's wonder obsessed. He might be wonder obsessed. And so in that case, like, I mean, here's the thing. There is a chance, just because Gorgo had a bad game this time doesn't mean that Chandragupta won't have a bad game next time. She kind of got screwed because she got declared on and wiped out. But then also, too, spawning in the tundra wasn't super, super helpful. But, start positions, there's only so much we can do, which is why we wanted to play in the mirror map. But, if only someone would make a spectator mod where it would actually work and, it didn't have to take a player spot, but oh well. That's what they need for Civ 7. Just give me the option to have a spectator mode, man. That would just be amazing. Special session in Congress. Let's see, what was that? Aid request failed against Chandragupta, so he's not going to make a whole bunch of money off of that. Did his town flip yet? 318 turns. It might not actually flip then. Really, Gandhi is not going to end up being at war with anyone unless an emergency triggers. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, he could denounce Chandragupta, but I just don't see that being feasible. Working on Oxford. What's science looking like? Right now, Wilhelmina's rolling in it. Once again, huge gap here between everyone and Gorgo. Gorgo does have decent culture, though. And Gandhi actually has no culture right now, which is kind of hilarious. What's the religion game looking like? Still fairly even. Still fairly even. You know what's crazy about this? Wilhelmina's in first place now, and she doesn't have a religion. If she had a religion, like, think of how many more points she would have right now. That's silly. Like, she would be rolling. So, Chandragupta was looking so good. Oh, he built the Hue. He ninja'd it. No. No. You had such potential. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, she's in a bad spot. I wonder if she can finish the Taj Mahal or if someone else is going to ninja that. Taj Mahal is going to be helpful because they'll give her extra era score, which will be at least a little extra points. Nope. Gandhi's going to finish it. Dang it. Come on, Gorgo, I believe. I believe in you. Really, I don't even know what she can do at this point. I would say she needs to declare on these city-states, but she's so far behind tech, these city-states are just going to absolutely destroy her. And she's still only rolling around with crossbows, but she does at least have crossbow cores. She's got that going for her. So, no amenities for Amber, and Chandragupta gets extra gold. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think as always. Hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. I'll see you guys next episode. All right, bye, everyone.